I do believe everyone is responsible for their own units. I expect them to manage them so that I can manage the larger enterprise and do the kinds of fundraising and development that needs to occur. What I did want to share with you, and I will have to find the note with the page because I'm still remembering everyone, and I'll do Q&A, is that Marcel Proust wrote these words: the real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes. I hope that these new eyes will help us see the direction in which we need to go. He says, I call the young because they are strong, and I call the old because they know the way. This week we began that by naming our 17th head coach, Mr. Melvin Spears, and we, or at least I know I and the alumni that packed that ballroom in Jackson are convinced that we are on our way to another SWAC championship. So that you know the path between now and this summer, I want to introduce you to the leadership staff, and I will ask them to stand. Some of these are transition appointments, and some will be names that you've heard before. So Ms. Karen Shedrick, please stand. Everyone remain standing. Will be and remain Administrative Assistant to the President. Dr. Gerald Peoples, Vice President for Student Affairs. Ms. Carolyn Hinton, Interim Vice President for Finance and Administrative Services. Mr. Stephen McDaniel, Vice President for Development and Marketing. Hold all applause until the end. One new appointment from the Board of IHL Board meeting yesterday, Dr. Sam White, Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Josephine Posey, Special Assistant to the President. A new appointment, Mr. Marcus Ward, Chief of Staff. Chief Melvin Maxwell, Head of Public Safety. Ms. Brenda Square, Director of Athletics. Mr. Permi Thuha, Director of Internal Audit. New and old, Ms. Patricia Smith, Director of Human Resources, now reporting to the Office of the President. Dr. Edward Vaughn, Director of College for Excellence. Dr. Donzel Lee, Dean of the School of Graduate Studies. Dr. Linda Godley, Dean of the School of Nursing. Dr. Blanche Sanders, Dean of University Libraries. Dr. Barry Beckett, Dean, School of Agricultural Research, Extension, and Applied Sciences. Dr. Vivek Bhargava, Interim Dean, School of Business. Dr. Robert Carr, Dean, School of Education and Psychology. And new and old, Acting Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Norris Allen Edney. Thank you. Thank you. Please mark your calendars. We have set the inauguration weekend, April 15th, 16th, and 17th. I don't want to tell it all. I'll let the committee do that. The theme is Alcorn Bravery, Engaging Possibilities, Pursuing Excellence. On Friday, in a new feat, we will visit this inauguration because Alcorn is not just Lorman. We are 3 locations. We will begin that Friday in Vicksburg with a symposium on the future of black colleges and I don't want to start any problems. I'm trying to keep to my schedule, so all the single women sit where you are. I'm not married yet. I'm working on that, but we will have a First Mother's Luncheon. Love my mother on that Friday. And then, though the Alcorn tradition is a concert, The old people get to have all the fun, so that Friday night here on campus will be a young people concert. I'm sure you all will want to hear who we have in mind, but it'll be coming soon. Saturday, we will begin with the ecumenical prayer service in Oakland Chapel, a brunch, and then the investiture, a dinner and ball that evening, and closing out Sunday in Natchez by worshiping Sunday morning at Zion Chapel AME, the original church of Alcorn's first president, Hiram Revels, and then closing with the reception in the Natchez campus. My final announcement is that beginning next week, we will launch a new scholarship program entitled All for Alcorn. The scholarship is for $1,000, and that $1,000 scholarship is available to any student currently enrolled at Alcorn who recruits another student to enroll for fall 2011. Students will have the option of whether to take that lump sum in the fall, divide it over two, but that scholarship program, more will be coming out from Dr. Peoples, Ms. Juanita, and Mr. Barnes. Lastly, I would just say before we go to questions and answers, there's a poet, R.L. Sharp, who writes these words. He says, "Is not it strange that princes and kings and clowns that caper in sawdust rings and common people like you and me are builders for eternity. Each is given a bag of tools, a shapeless mass, and a book of rules, and each must make, before life is flown, a stumbling block or a stepping stone. I hope that the 18th presidency is Alcorn's stepping stone to ever greater greatness." Thank you so much for allowing me to serve. Thank you.
Put this in the form of a question. Dr. Brown, will you use your influence, since they are tearing down so many buildings, do not let them tear down the chapel? It's on your trick.
Oh, no. Oakland's not going anywhere. Yes, Dr. Morris.
Thank you. Welcome, Dr. Brown. Now, I know you know what I'm going to say. Dr. Inisu, I want you to know I had my purple and gold laid out, but since I wasn't on program to make a presentation, I decided to come in my battle armor.
Uh-oh.
So, Dr. Brown.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to make a statement. You said something about building and the tools. I want you to put on the top list a complex for social sciences and English. We want a complex. We don't want just a building. So I just kind of wanted to remind you so that when I leave Alcorn as a retiree, I would have been an advocate for the Department of Social Sciences. We don't want to be nomads very much longer.
That's true.
Thank you very much.
Good comment.
Come on, fellows.
No, let them relax. Let them relax. I think everybody's ready to eat. All right. One more.
Dr. Brown,
Yes, ma'am.
fellow alums, faculty and staff, the most precious people on earth, students at Alcorn State University. All has been said, Dr. Brown, but the Mama Brave just had to say her 2-cent word. Welcome to heaven on earth. Amen. The reservation is as close to heaven as you will get on earth. Thank you.
That's true. Where's the one? At this time, I would like everyone who can to certainly stay and salute Dr. and Mrs. Edney in the reception area. And my understanding from Ms. Shedrick is that the benediction and blessing of the food will be done in the lobby area where the food will be served. And then I think Ms. Where's LaWanda? Will be playing the theme song, not the student theme song, Davina Hogan, wherever you are, not that one. We'll save that for the basketball game. The theme song for the 18th presidential administration. Oh, she's in the back. Go ahead. All right, we're good. Now everyone can go and greet. Can someone help the Edneys down? And we'll get all the stuff. We'll bring all that.